Thank you, Dr. Foote, for joining us.
My pleasure.
I guess my first question to you is, knowing the demographic and population changes, how can Teamsters better adapt to labor relations based on that?
Well, we certainly have to know how many people are in different groups, because different groups have different needs. People in their 20s don't generally have families, so negotiating family benefits for them is not something that they see as an immediate advantage.
Right.
Whereas people in their 30s and 40s, they're raising their families, so family benefits are very important. And we know now the boomers in their 50s and 60s, they're beginning to become grandparents. And so worrying about them, and they're worrying about their parents. So elder care becomes more important. So the sort of things you negotiate depends on the group that you're negotiating for. And if you're negotiating for the entire workforce, you need to have little bits of everything, right, so that you understand what their needs are.
I think that was such a great picture of kind of focusing on the different age groups and focusing on their needs. I think that's something that the youth don't really pay attention to, because we're still kind of individualistic in a way. How would you say the older generation can try to connect with, how do we bridge that gap? What would be the best advice that you can give?
Well, generally the best advice is that families, I mean, you think of a 60-year-old boomer's got 85-year-old mother that needs health care, probably got a 30-year-old daughter who's just starting a family now, worrying about mortgages, may have a grandkid, and understanding it through the lens of a family. Even if you don't have your own, your brother and sister may have one, or you're involved with families. And I used to, when I'm teaching my students in their 20s, and I'm talking about buying birdseed in your 40s or early 50s, I'd say, think of your parents, or think of your grandparents. So if you think of it through families, that different people in your families have different needs at different stages of your life, you have no difficulty communicating the research that you've done.